Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mills podcast and YouTube channel. We are currently doing a series called 10 Questions with the Mills, where we get to know our Mills community better through asking each of our guests 10 questions about themselves. My name is Mohammed. I am a videographer at the Mills International Center, and I will be your host for today. We are meeting with one of the most interesting staff in the Mills, Lofanitani. Hello, Lofani.
Hi, Mo. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, of course. Well, how are you doing so far?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm making it through. I just graduated, so things are a bit crazy. I wouldn't say crazy, but I'm learning a lot.
Okay, awesome. So today we are recording this in the end of July after you graduated in 2021. So can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you used to do at the Mills?
Yeah, I'll just go through my whole introduction. Waklisa, nea Lofanitani Aisea-Ball, nea Modakni, Choi Oakskini, Choi Black, Choi Tongan, Choi Telekwa. What's happening, everybody? My name is Lofanitani. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm Black and Tongan, and my tribes are Morak, Klamath, and Tahlequah. At the Mills International Center, I started off as a resource consultant, and then I graduated to the level of being on the Welcome team with Mo, and now I work on the podcast and YouTube stuff and get to hang out with a lot of our awesome staff, mostly online right now, but it started in person. Also, I was born in Portland, Oregon, and I'm also from Southern Oregon on my ancestral homelands, which is called Chiloquin. I'm also from the islands. So I got a concurrent degree. I double majored in Indigenous race and ethnic studies, also Asian studies with a focus in Korea. And then I did my minor in Native American and Indigenous studies.
Thank you, Lofanitani, for the introduction. Without any further ado, let's get to our questions. What is one thing you do for self-care?
Ooh, spend money! No, I'm just joking. But I like to go and get massages. I like to take walks. I like to do like beauty, skincare, buy products for my hair, and have like a whole day to myself to just like do my beauty regimen. And so like beauty, exercise, talking with people. I like to talk with people a lot, share stories, or just like Talanoa, which Talanoa in Tongan means kind of like just talk story, which is like there's not like a definite thing that you're going to talk about, but you could just talk about kind of whatever in the space.
I see. Awesome. Yeah, you started in the beginning with an introduction in a different language, and now you mentioned the different language again. So can you tell us actually about this interesting language?
Yeah, I should have mentioned it in the beginning, but in the beginning of my introduction, I was speaking Klamath, which is like one of my tribes, one of my tribal languages, which is based in Southern Oregon and also the Southern California region. And so I was speaking that. I'm currently learning that language and revitalizing that for myself. And so a part of introducing myself in that language is creating space and importance for that language to be spoken, because right now our language in my Klamath tribe is currently like on the level of sleeping, which like not a lot of people speak it anymore. And so just bringing that back. And then the word that I just said, which is Talanoa, which is like to talk story, which is like, it's the Tongan language. And also in the Pacific, it's like an often used term for like talking story or like talking with people. And so that was the Tongan language. And that comes from like learning to speak that as well. Because I'm also Tongan as well.
Coming back to the question now again, how long have you been doing the self-care?
It's definitely, I've been building it up throughout my life. I'm just kind of now getting like my skincare routine up and like my walking and exercising down and like getting more stable in those things and like learning the kind of things that I like to do and what helps me go throughout my day. So I would say I've been doing skincare since I was like middle school, but I didn't really get into it until now. But I would say like the self-care that I'm doing right now, which is like running and like taking care of my skin and just like my body, I've been doing it for like a month, like this specific one, like a month. But I've always tried to take care of myself. But like now that I'm getting older, more financially independent, I'm like, ooh, I could spend my own money, even if I don't got it.
Well, you will get it. You will get it. Yeah. I mean, you also do YouTube and you do TikTok. You want to tell us a tiny bit about that?
Yes, I'm on a lot of social media platforms. I like to tell stories, and I've been telling stories since I was young, back when like camcorders took like VHS tapes. And so like I used to like record my friends jumping in water, or like record people fighting or like record just like different things. And so growing up, I didn't know where to put them. I didn't know kind of like what I was doing, but then I kind of caught onto YouTube, started posting, and then I'm just like still finding my voice, and I like telling different stories. Even if they don't have like a direct, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to do with them. I just like to make stories or tell stories or like do art in that way.
Imagine yourself in 3 years. What do you hope will be different about you then compared to now?
I'm 22 years old, and in 3 years, I'll be 25. So at 25, I would like to be monetized on YouTube. That's like a little thing. I'd like to be monetized on my social media platforms. I'd like to be in like a healthier space, physically, mentally, all those things. I'd like to be traveling more for like a job. I'd like to learn more of my languages. Like I spoke like 2 languages in this interview so far. So I'd like to like speak with other people and like know a lot more things. I hope my style is cuter in 3 years, and I am financially independent. I just really hope I'm happy overall. And whatever that looks like, I don't know, maybe things will change. But I really hope to be happy. I'm not that I'm not happy now, but like I hope to just like be happy in 3 years.
So you're basically saying you hope you continue being happy.
Yes, but more consistently happy.
I hope the same to you too. What is your favorite song at the moment?
So my music choice is really, I would say it's pretty diverse. Like the songs I'll have like reggaeton, I'll have dubstep, I'll have R&B, I'll have alternative, different languages. And so it can be like really different. But the one that I'm currently listening to right now is called Candy by Cameo. It's kind of like an older song. It's not old, but it's like kind of old school. And it's like, I would say like my parents know this song. It's kind of like a very uplifting song. And when I turn it on, like it makes me feel like I might want to clean, or like I might want to pack, or just puts me in a good mood to like do good things. And like, it's like, I like to dance, and music is also a form of self-care for me. And so just immersing myself into a certain kind of music will immerse me into like a certain kind of mindset as well. And so that one is like pretty hype. It feels motivational. It feels positive. And it's old school. And like when I was younger, I loved to dress like TLC. I like to dress like T-Boz, Chili, just like all these like 80s. I don't know if that's even 80s. Just like old school kind of, well, they're old school now, but like I like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And so like that's kind of music from like back in that era. And so like my style back in the day used to be like that. I think the first time I heard it, or that I was like reminded of it, was freshman year in college. And my friend, she started playing the song, and we were like freshmen, and we were like listening to it. And so I was like, oh wait, who's this guy? She's like, this is like Cameo. And I was like, what?
What is one thing in your life you are very proud of?
I would say that I'm really proud of myself right now, specifically just like taking initiative and taking care of myself, taking like self-caring, trying to be independent, going for things that I know that I deserve, and lifting myself up, and just kind of like taking like my health physically, mentally into my own hands, and like advocating for myself. And I'm just really proud of myself for learning to better care about myself. So I'm proud of myself right now, and like the moves that I'm making to make my life better.
What is one thing that motivates you?
People definitely motivate me, and like the people who are in my space, who like I allow in my space now, really motivate me. And like the positive things that they'll do or say will motivate me. And just visualization of like the things that I want, and me being in those spaces and visualizing what I want. And then that really helps motivate me to get them, or do things, or create habits, or make moves to get to that space. And so I'll be like, oh, I really want this. I'll visualize myself having it. I'll visualize how happy I'm going to feel when I do. And it helps me enjoy the journey of getting there, and motivating myself to keep going. Like, yeah, this part's really hard, but once you get to that spot, you're going to feel this way, or like you're going to have it. And like enjoying the journey has been a big lesson.
What do you want to be in 10 years?
So in 10 years, I'm going to be 32. 30s. I can't believe in 10 years I'm gonna be 32. I didn't even think about that very much. My thought process for like, especially when I was younger, I was like, when I'm 20 years old, I'm gonna be such an adult. I'm gonna be like, so this, and that. And I was like, I'm here now, and I'm like, it's not even like that. I feel the same way when I was a child. I feel like that same way. I just grew a lot. My teeth are bigger, and like my hair's longer, and I'm taller, but I still feel like that kind of age. And I feel like I haven't transformed into like that person that I thought I would be when I was younger. So me thinking about 32 now in comparison to when I was like 10, thinking about me being 20, it's still like pretty like whoa to me. But I understand like I'm probably gonna be like somewhere close to the same person, but better. So in 10 years, I hope to be happy. I hope to be successful in some kind of way that means a lot to me. Right now, I'm like trying to navigate like what makes me happy and what looks like success to me rather than other people. So I hope to figure that out. I hope to be on those social media platforms doing really well. I hope to be helping people, and I just hope to really be happy. I don't know what that's gonna look like.
Awesome. Yeah, you remind me of a quote for John Lennon. It says, when I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be. When I grew up, I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they did not understand life.
Ooh, on period.
Yeah. What is one thing you are good at?
Goodness, these questions are so much harder when you're the one being interviewed. I never realized that till now. I would say, actually, I think it's harder to answer instead of like as the interviewee to answer, because like as the interviewer, I would be like, oh, I think this person is really good at something, at this one thing, and I think that this is what they're gonna say. But I feel like when you reflect on yourself, it can be kind of harder. I hope that I'm good at helping people.
Don't you think you are like an ambassador for your tribe or native like languages and culture? Correct me if I said that in a wrong way. I'm not sure, but whenever we talk about you, like me and my friends, or me and the Moses staff, we start with the most obvious, YouTube, TikTok, but then we know you when you present in the meetings, and when you talk about your tribe, you talk about it in a proud way, and you gave us you gave us a new perspective about Native Americans in the US, or indigenous people. I'm not sure which word I should say. Correct me again if I said something wrong. And I consider you like an ambassador. That's how I see it.
That's one of the best compliments I've gotten in such a long. Thank you. I didn't even think about that at all. That makes me happy. Thank you for. I hope I'm good. Yeah. Ooh, I'm getting full of myself. No, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have.
Well, you didn't answer the question, so I had to answer it for you. Because again, as you said, for the host, I kind of know what the guest is good at. So I knew this already.
That makes sense. Yeah, I would say I hope I'm a good ambassador for my tribe and my people or cultures, all of that. I try to just represent, and I feel like I've been taught, or I was like raised to like say who I am, say who you're from, and to be proud of it. And so I've worked on like doing that a lot, and I'm glad that people are getting benefit from that. So I need to work on just being like, yes, I am. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you were younger?
When I was younger, I wanted to be a veterinarian. During, I think like first grade, I really wanted to be a vet and like take care of animals and dogs. At the time my dog was named Max, and he was like my favorite dog ever. He was a really nice dog. He used to let me like dress him up in sweatpants and like shirts and stuff. And like I fed him cookies once, and like he threw up and like ran away. It felt so bad. But I really loved him so much, and I was like, I want to be a veterinarian. And then he got hit, and we had to bury. I didn't have to bury him. Our neighbor buried him in his backyard. He's still there. But I wanted to be a veterinarian and help dogs and animals, but now I cannot imagine being a veterinarian at all. At the time, I really loved my dog so much, and since then, I've just found a lot of other things that I love also, and that also just like mean a lot to me that I would rather do. than take care of sick animals, which sounds really sad. But yeah, I just found other stuff that I love. So when I was younger, I was like, I just love my family and I love my dog and I love our homelands. And now I like love so much other things as well. So I'm like, oh, there's so much other stuff I can do, including like loving animals. But like, I feel like a vet is a lot of work that I would rather put towards something else.
If you could give your 10-year-old self advice, what would you say? And what do you think your 10 years old self would say back to you?
I would be like, Lofanitani, it gets better. It's gonna be okay. You are really an awesome, beautiful, and smart person. And start moisturizing your hair. Stop putting Vaseline on your scalp all the time. Stop slicking your hair back with like heavy Vaseline. And heavy hair food, because there's other stuff you could put on there. Maybe don't put your helmet on and then cut your hair around the helmet. Maybe like don't do that, but maybe do that still. And what I think she would say back to me is, that's what you look like. Just joking.
Good one. Good one.
She would be rude. No, I'm just joking. I love her. I think she would believe me. I think she would be like, okay, I believe you. Because I always wanted to time travel when I was younger. And so like, I always imagined my future self being all like cute and like hot and coming back and like helping me. And so like, I would totally like listen to myself. And like, if I was 10 years old, I'd be like, can I come with you? And I'd be like, no, sorry, just experience life. But I would tell her it gets better. And I'd give her a bunch of little advice, little nuggets of advice, and how to self-care.
What is the best advice you have ever been given?
I would say I've gotten tons of great advice, but more recently, the advice that has stuck with me, or just like the thing that someone said, which is actually from a YouTube video, one of the people that I follow, in her video kind of just, she nonchalantly kind of just said, life is a special occasion. And that really resonated with me, because so much of my life has been about like, oh, like be humble, kind of just like wait for when you're in a better spot and then you'll be the best, or just like waiting for things or not wearing the things that I wanted to wear, not doing the best things in the moment because I was waiting. And so I was always just waiting for a special occasion. And then when she said that, I was like, that is true. Life is really short. I feel like life can be really hard, and like treating every moment like it's special, like it's a special occasion, makes me feel better, because in the moment I'm just living my best life and making like the best choices for myself. And it makes me happier. It's also a form of self-care.
These were our 10 questions with the Mills. Thank you, Lofanitani, for being such an awesome guest. We appreciate the time you had with us, and we will always follow your stories and we will follow your steps. So hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you for tuning in for our 10 questions with the Mills. Don't forget to subscribe to the Mills YouTube channel and podcast for more content. Also, check out our social media at the Mills, which is also linked below in the description. Take care.